She said it like she was doing me a favor. I'm choosing him, but can we still be friends? You're my safety net. Her voice didn't even tremble. Mine did, not from sadness, but restraint. Stared at her, trying to decide whether to laugh or applaud her audacity. Instead, I just nodded once, stood up, and left the coffee shop without a word. Outside, the air felt heavier. Something, inside me, something soft, went quiet. And in that silence, I decided I'd never let her use me again. That night I deleted her number, packed a single suitcase, and booked a one-way ticket out of the city. No messages, no closure, no explanations. She'd chosen him. I chose peace and precision. We met when life still felt like a draft, not a finished script. She was chaos wrapped in confidence. I was structured, disguised as calm. She'd lose her wallet. I'd find it. She'd forget rent. I cover it just this once, and she'd kiss me with that half smile that said, "You'll forgive me anyway." I thought it was love. Turns out it was dependency, dressed as devotion. Every late night, call, every "can you help me out this month?" felt like an investment in us. But she was building credit in someone else's name. Then he appeared, tall, tanned, tattooed, the kind of danger she mistook for passion. I saw the way her tone shifted when she said his name, like she was tasting something new. Still, I stayed because fools like me always think loyalty will change the ending. The first sign was subtle. Her replies grew shorter, her laughter quieter. Then one night I called and he answered. A deep voice, confident, almost amused. "She's busy," he said, and hung up. That was all it took. No explanations needed, no drama required. The truth doesn't scream. It just sits there, heavy and undeniable. When she finally called days later, she said, "It's not what you think, but it was exactly what I thought." She just hadn't realized I'd stopped thinking emotionally a long time ago. I didn't rage. I didn't beg. I didn't post vague quotes online. I just recalibrated. Quietly moved my savings to a new account, closed the shared streaming subscriptions, revoked access to my Amazon Prime she forgot was on my card. And when her birthday came, the one I used to make a production out of, I let the day pass in silence. No message, no flowers, no me. Then I packed up and left the city. New phone, new apartment, new life. If she ever called again, she'd hear a deadline. It wasn't about revenge yet. It was about reclaiming what she'd stolen, my self-respect. But fate, it seems, has a way of circling back with interest. Months passed. Rebuilt quietly. Different city, different rhythm. I worked, invested, worked, climbed. Meanwhile, her updates stopped appearing on mutual friends' feeds. She'd unfollowed me, blocked me maybe, or maybe she thought she was erasing guilt. Then one day her name popped up again, not on my phone, but on LinkedIn. She'd viewed my profile 3 times in a week. Her headline read, "Seeking new opportunities." Didn't click. I didn't message, but I did check mutual connections. And there, he was, the him she'd chosen. Only, now he wasn't a model or a musician anymore. He was unemployed with a trail of debt behind him. Rumor was he'd used her credit to fund his startup. Translation, gambling and vacations. She'd co-signed his loans. He'd maxed her cards. Then he'd vanished. And she, the girl who once said I was her safety net, was now falling with no one left to catch her. She messaged me that night, not on the phone, on LinkedIn of all places. Her words were careful, professional, almost sterile. Hey, long time. I saw your profile. Looks like you're doing well. Maybe we can catch up sometime. I read it 3 times, not 4. Meaning for tone. It wasn't apology. Was desperation wrapped in nostalgia. Typed 1 word. No. Then I hit block. Not out of anger, out of closure. Because revenge, I realized, isn't always about destroying someone. Sometimes it's about letting them see what life looks like when you're no longer available to save them. The next morning, I got a message from a mutual friend. She's back in the city living with her parents. He took everything. Didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just stared out the window of my new office, overlooking the skyline of the life I built without her, and whispered, "Good." She once said I was her safety net. She didn't realize I was the ground she stood on. Now she's learning how far the fall really is when you burn the bridge you think you can walk back across. I'm not the man who waits for closure anymore. I'm the man who builds new doors when old ones lock from the outside. I left quietly. She found me loudly, but I'm no longer there to listen. Let her refresh my profile. Let her wonder if I think of her. I don't, because some stories don't end with revenge. They end with peace disguised as indifference. And when she sees that, viewed your profile banner fade away, she'll know exactly what that silence means. I was never your safety net. Was your last chance at something real. And you cut the cord.